Hello everybody, and it is time. We're doing another mega campaign. I can't stay away from them. I know they're hard to keep up with. Don't feel like you have to. That's my answer for that. I love doing mega campaigns. It really speaks to me. So we're going to do another mega campaign here. So we're starting in Imperator Rome with the Invictus mod installed here. We're going to hop straight on into a new game. I've already scouted out approximately where we want to go. And looking around over here, we start with social equity and quite a lot of female leadership in this area. So I'm thinking about running a mixed gender rules game just to shake things up and make things a little bit more interesting, since we are starting out over here, and if we look around, we can see there's a fair number of these that have female rulers already. Not this one, but there's a fair number of these that do already have female rulers. So I think it makes sense if we're going to be starting out here. And I want to start in a vaguely Madrid-ish area. It doesn't have to be perfect, but vaguely Madrid-ish. So we could start like up over here. I definitely want to be Carpetanian culture. So we can see these guys are Celtiberian, these guys are Celtiberian, these are all Carpetanian. And I want to be Druidic in our religion, which everything over here is Druidic. And if we go into what that actually gives us, state religion happiness plus 5%, 2.5% manpower recovery speed, but plus 5% monthly wages. I think that's good. And then for Carpetanians, we get a boost to our national population growth, reduced import value, sure, but improved opinion maximum as well. So that's all looking good. I want to start somewhere with a female ruler, just because of the mixed gender rules set up here. And of course, this will change. This ruler will not survive the entire time. So we can start with any of these over here. I was thinking about starting here, but unfortunately that doesn't quite fit that whole female ruler start thing. So we'll not go for that. This over here is Celtiberian, this is Carpetanian, this is Carpetanian, and this is Celtiberian. So basically our options come down to here or here. Okay. So what are the fundamental differences? We've got a few more pops up over this direction. We've got, of course, 3 territories compared to 2. But the average number of pops per territory is actually higher here. We can see that we've got 2 freemen, we've got 9 tribesmen, and stat-wise, the stats, I think, are fairly similar in terms of stat distribution here. Broadly, but we've got that 10 zeal here. We might want to go down here just because it's a slightly slower start with only 2 provinces. Cool. Just double checking that we're Carpetanian and Druidic, and I think we just jump straight in here. We're going to be running with all of the standard Invictus game rules. We are not going to be running with chaotic major powers or AI. That's not going to be something we're going to do. And we're going to run on normal difficulty. I'm not going to crank this up to give the AI crazy bonuses or anything. We're just going to run this straight down the line, default options. So let's jump straight on in, except the mixed gender rules. But the mixed gender rules is more due to the region that we're starting in, right? So let's jump straight on in here. And we know that we have some free idea slots. We have this omen here. Okay. I'm just looking through our bonuses here. Pop cap is an interesting one, for sure. Discipline coming up is nice. National noble happiness, okay, sure. Commerce income is a kind of weird one to get here. Citizen output, sure. Slave output might not be bad to go for. That would also get us religious tech investment. Not necessarily a terrible idea. I feel like the slave output will probably be better than our commerce income. Almost certainly. So I think we're going to swap over here. Yes, that is going to cost us some stability. I'm aware of that. But beyond that, I think we're just going to go for... Oh, we can't call upon this guy for 36 months? Okay, in that case... What do we even call on? Popularity gain? I guess the rest of these are kind of mediocre. I guess we could go for tribesman happiness. We do have primarily tribesmen. Sure, we'll go for that for now. Now, we do have some idea groups here. So, in our martial ideas, morale of armies, shipbuilding, and reinforcement speed and army morale recovery. The army morale recovery is nice. The reinforcement speed, we're going to be capped by our manpower regeneration, right? We're making 13 manpower per month. So, I think that we go for the morale of armies, just so that our armies are stronger and hopefully have fewer deaths. That would be nice. As far as our oratory idea that's available here, we can go for monthly corruption reduction, loyalty of generals and admirals. This will be very good later on. Right now, this is probably not that great, but I think it's the best option given what we have here. So we'll go for that. That sounds good. Now, as far as how we would upgrade our government type, I think, well, we'll figure that out eventually. Because we're not currently able to raise legions, right? Unless we are a monarchy or a republic. So we're going to have to change to one of those. Ah, right. We have Iberian and Celtiberian traditions available to us. Cool. So what does this actually give us? Civilization change, sure. Supply limit and pop migration speed. That's interesting. Assault ability, infantry... light cavalry. National manpower modifier there. That's not bad. And what's in Celtiberian? Monthly war exhaustion, experience decay. I like it. Starting experience, sure. There's some tribesman pops. I'm seeing quite a lot of both infantry and cavalry bonuses. Interesting. So that seems reasonably fine. I would like to immediately start thinking about consolidating this whole province, but we do need to go into our missions, and I want to point out this is a generic mission. As far as I'm aware, nobody over here, with the exception of, like Carthage down here, really has any bespoke missions in Invictus, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong about that, but we're going to be going with these generic ones for now. So we've got the matter of Contestania. We'll need to consult the clan council. That'll take a year. So we'll get that underway. We'd need to own 3 or more cities in the province of Carpetania. We currently own 0. Okay. These are settlements? Indeed. So we would need to build cities in some of these locations. Now, these are probably good city locations. There may also be a decent city location up over this way. Yeah, I think this is a decent one. So that all seems reasonably fine. We can work our way towards that. And when do we want to think about attacking this guy? I don't think we have any ECBs. I mean, we can't start a war for at least a month, right? So we're going to tick forward here, but I want to go into the macro builder and see. We could build a tribal settlement. And that's literally the only thing that we can build. Okay. How are we doing on tech? We are tech 0, 0, 0, and 0. Okay. That needs some work. Well, we're going to tick on forward here. And let's go up to speed 4. Cool. The matter of Contestania. The region of Contestania has remained a valuable source of trade and commerce for our nation for many long years. Many amongst the clan council insist that such a bountiful land would serve much better purpose if fully integrated under the Tertaliquanian? I'm going to go with Tertaliquanian banner. Of course, as with all matters of state, many are in opposition, claiming that a healthy relationship with our neighbors is far more important than a wanton land grab. The leaders of each side have presented their arguments and asked for an arbitration as to which method would be more appropriate in our dealings with the various states resident in Contestania. So, do we want to do a peaceful approach or a warlike approach? Either way, we're going to lose loyalty from one of our advisors here. So we've got this guy and we've got this lady. She's a war chief. He's a researcher. So she is advocating for the warlike approach. Cool. I'm leaning towards the warlike approach myself. We need to get at least a basis of expansion going here fairly quickly. So let's move towards taking over Contestania. If we were to have, let's see, Contestania would be region map mode. Okay, this is the region of Contestania here. If we just controlled that, we would be very, very powerful. Indeed. We would be probably similarly powerful to Carthage at that point. We are not there yet, though. There's no doubt about that. We'll hop back into the political map mode, and we'll tick on forward. Cool. So we're going to get some claims out of this, correct? Claims on Carpetania. Okay, yep, we definitely want to get all those claims. So that'll be fine. Just getting a claim on Carpetania will be a big deal for us. You can see here what all is contained within Carpetania. So we'd be able to fully take over these guys. We'd be able to fully take over these guys. We'd be able to take over the majority of these two as well. That would put us in a really good position. These guys over here are a potential threat to us, of course. A potential threat indeed. Debate has raged for many years over a rocky relationship with the nation-states resident in Contestania. Monikia, I'm butchering these, I'm sure, a nation many in Tertaliquia call a friend, stand well-placed to provide us with assistance in our endeavors to control Contestania. Many of our more warlike advisors, however, seem intent on burning all bridges and laying waste in Moenikian lands in an effort to further advance our cause. So, do we want to be a more peaceful approach or a more warlike approach here as well? Well, who is Moenikia? That is these guys. We must maintain a benevolent image. Now, one thing I want to point out here is in our culture, our cultural heritage, we prefer to thrive in peace and build mighty coalitions that may strike when the time for war inevitably comes. That's the goal here. Okay, so we're kind of 50-50 between warlike and peaceful right now. Our centralization is currently 10% and is not currently changing. I'm guessing it cannot change because of our tribe status? Tribes with positive centralization receive bonuses to civilization. Okay. Cool. We have a bad research ratio. You don't say. An alliance offer has come in, and this is coming in from these guys down here. That seems exceptionally useful. I accept that. Cool. So we're still waiting right now on our claims to come in. Those are about halfway done. That's looking good. So we're going to be working towards settling Carpetania eventually. We should make our capital into a city when we can. That'll require a lot of gold. A whole lot of gold. Okay, these guys are now offering us an alliance, and that is not acceptable. This we decline. We're going to conquer them. So that should be absolutely okay. No major issues there, in theory. These guys are our allies right now. We will turn on them eventually. So, we're working towards settling the clan count, or rather settling the Carpetania here. We need 3 or more cities. That's going to cost us approximately 1,000 gold. A little bit over 1,000 gold to do that. Okay, a member of the Davichi clan died. Okay, apparently they were our elder. So we want to put in someone who is, well, the top candidate here, right? So we'll do that. Fantastic. I want to point out all of these female members of our offices here, right? All these female office holders. This is not due to us choosing the mixed gender rules. Just to point out, this is due to the fact that we start with social equity. We start the game with that. So that is absolutely great. Our stability is working its way back up very, very slowly, but that's fine. We fully expect that. Ooh. Our wise one just stole a bunch of gold. 50 gold. Have her flogged. I want that 50 gold back. We need that gold. Well, we'll have to get it eventually. We'll get there. We've almost finished consulting the clan council, so that's looking good. Our first step here is settling Carpetania, and actually this just finished. Rhetoric and debate have raged for a full year. The clan council of Turtaliquia had... I keep pronouncing this differently. Turtaliquia? We'll go with Turtaliquia. One of these days I'm going to decide on how I want to pronounce this, and it's going to be wrong. Has reached a final stance on the matter of Contestania. Drawing a sharp breath, the herald recites, "Protect the weak of Contestania." So we're getting a small olive branch here. Okay. Cool. So that is basically exactly what I was going for. Making gains is down over this way. This is not taking Contestania. Or rather, this is not taking Carpetania. This is working towards Contestania. So we need to attack over this way. They are in an alliance with these guys. Ah, so perhaps we cannot attack there. We'll take a look here. Yeah, both of these would join there. So, if all of these are in alliance together, then what does that do for our ambitions for Carpetania? Well, that makes things difficult. What if we were to attack down here, hypothetically? They're allied as well. These guys allied everybody. Okay. So maybe we have to go out over this direction to start with. We need to go in here. They would come in. These guys are allied over here. That's probably more powerful than us, right? If I had to guess, 42 pops and 35 pops versus 11 and 23 pops, that should be more powerful than us. We may have to chill for the moment, or come down over this direction. Maybe that's an option. These guys would not come in here. Okay. So our options are very minimal then. Very, very minimal. All of these guys started building farming settlements and such. We cannot actually do that. We could build a tribal settlement, but I'm going to keep saving up the money for cities. They all adopted a mercantile stance? Okay. What is our current stance anyway? Where do we see that? I know that we see it somewhere. I guess we can go in here, if I recall correctly. We're in a neutral stance right now. Okay. That's probably in our diplomacy here. Yeah. So we're currently in a neutral stance. And we could set this over to, say, a mercantile stance, or appeasing. I think mercantile is fine here. We'll also adopt a mercantile stance. So that seems reasonably okay. What doesn't seem reasonably okay is the fact that we need to find an inn here, right? There's no way that we can fight all three of these without an ally. So what if we were to look to make an ally out over here instead? They wouldn't do this. But we could invite these guys into a defensive league. Okay. So if we did that, Does that break their existing alliances? Probably not. Indeed not. And if we looked in here, yeah, they still would not honor that. Okay. So we have too many relations right now. That'll reduce our monthly political influence by 10%. Because we have our alliance and our defensive league, that's counting as too many diplomatic relations. Okay, that's exciting. Well, these guys are considering leaving their alliance. But that's because of the defensive league. So that should be fine to dissolve the alliance. Right? Yeah, that's going to be a little bit awkward, because then we wouldn't be able to call them in offensively. I think we have to chill here. We need to find a move. Definitely. We need to find a move here. There aren't really any merc forces around here either, are there? Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing any merc forces. And I don't know if we can see them out over here. But we don't currently see any. So we have a disloyal character here right now. That's fine. Not too concerned about that. I feel like maybe we ditched the defensive league. Okay, so we keep the alliance, we ditch the defensive league, and that's fine. Hello, pause menu. I was trying to deselect this, but that doesn't work that way. Okay, so we do need to find a move here. There's no doubt about that. Is the move a diplomatic one? Perhaps. Perhaps it is. They have a truce up over this direction. Hang on, that's interesting. What do we have going on here then? You're in an alliance down, or actually over here. Do we think we could fight that? So we've got these guys out over here, right? They're 24 pops and 15 pops versus 23 and 11. It would probably be rough, if I had to guess. And yeah, we don't have the cash for mercenaries because our person stole our gold. What a jerk. As far as our militaries go, this would not be very powerful. Really, we'd want to fight with mercs. Indeed, we would. This is a potential move. We definitely have an option here. Now that we have 100 gold, the idea would be as follows. We would declare a war up here. We'd call in our ally. Yes, we'd be fighting both of these. We'd look to take Carpetania as our war goal. We would lose some stability from this because we have good relations right now. So, I mean, we could insult them first. And then we would hire mercenaries, which we know actually do exist around here somewhere. They would be expensive. Very expensive. We really can't afford that at this moment. We would go into debt, the mercenaries would abandon us, and we'd end up losing the war, most likely. So we're going to have to wait for a different opportunity, I think. I think that's what it comes down to. We just need to keep an eye on opportunities. And once we see an opportunity, we'll need to take it. A scandal? We shouldn't tolerate public infidelity. Okay, there we go. We'll get that guy out of there, and we are going to get a new apothecary. That will be this guy. Oh, I was wondering about what these numbers are when I was looking around previously. This must be how many members of that tribe are represented. I think. And then this just doesn't have anything. Presumably she's Korea. Is that the same as us? Hang on. We're corrosive. Okay, no. Never mind. Okay, that is my current theory. I don't know if that's actually true. There have definitely been a few changes since we've last played Imperator, but that's absolutely fine. We'll get there. So we just need to look for these opportunities, right? That's what it comes down to. As soon as we see an opportunity, we will seize it. These guys are doing pretty well with their alliances right now. No doubt about that. But we'll take a look for opportunities, and we'll start to grow. We're not in a hurry. This is a mega campaign. It is time to put a cut in here. What is going on down here? What indeed? These guys are at war with each other. And you got pulled in. But you did not. That's interesting. This might be the opportunity to attack here that we were looking for. For now, of course, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll see if we can get that opportunity and get our snowball rolling. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, and Lohan80, Ro Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.